You have a number of women, they say, oh, I'm all for the sisterhood, and it's like, I want, what I want what's best for my sister. Unless you want my mister, then it's a totally different. It's a totally different.
Warning, viewer discretion is advised. The content, views, and educational material you are about to experience could challenge your belief, trigger strong emotions, and frankly, piss you off. This isn't for everyone. If you're not ready to confront new ideas, or if your feelings bruise easily, this might be the time to click away. Expect to be challenged, to think, and you might even want to scream at the screen. Proceed with caution, and remember, you chose to be here. Let's get it. Assalamu alaikum. Peace. I'm Coach Nazir.
And I am Coach Nyla. I am one of his wives.
We are 2 of the 3 founders of Outstanding Personal Relationships, as well as 2 of the 3 authors of the book, Let's Talk Polygamy Uncensored. With that being said, we're going to address something today that is pretty interesting. All right, because we're going to discuss the different perils that come from a society that tends to shun polygyny and only purport monogamy as the only valid option. So let's get to it. First of all, one of the questions that I get even sometimes by sisters, interestingly enough, is, why would a woman want to marry or be with a married man? So since I am not a woman and not interested at all in what married men do, other than making them become better men of value so that they can marry more women and have more healthy societies, I will pass that question to Coach Nyla.
Okay. Well, since I did marry a married man, I guess that would be a question that I can answer. Not only that, there are a number of people who I've coached, as well as other women who made the comments about being, wanting to marry a married man, and would actually prefer only to actually marry a married man because you have the track record. You can actually see what he's done. That was one of the things with me, knowing that he cared for his family, that he was taking care of his children, his wife, those different things like that. And he's attractive too. So, that didn't hurt.
I tried.
But the thing is, sometimes people think that you got to scrape the bottom of the barrel and everything. I'm like, he's not a bottom of the barrel man. So being able to have a person who it's so funny. I say check the boxes, and I've said that in a number of videos. And then I've heard something before where it seemed as though that was, the wrong thing to say, or that was kind of like, nobody want to just be checking off boxes. I don't know. Is that even an issue?
Checking the box, yeah.
Yeah.
We all do that.
Right. I'm just saying, I'm like, I never thought that was like a bad thing. You would want someone that you're compatible with, that is going to, be that winning player, that winning person, that winning leader to your winning team. So, I did a video on that too. Are you choosing losers for your winning team? So, so a number of women they prefer that. They prefer a person who has a proven track record of success when it comes to marriage, that they take care of, their family. And a number of them say, well, I'm going to school. I'm doing my thing. I don't have, I want to be married, but I want the full-time responsibility, right?
I've heard that definitely a number of times before too. But what the interesting part is when you live in a society that does not encourage men to raise their standard or become more in order to deserve more, then we live in a society where married men can be targeted and are targeted.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter background, even broke married men are targeted for whatever flings, whether it's mistresses, jump down, sugar daddies, whatever, zaddies nowadays, all kind of new terms and stuff coming out. But a lot of them are targeted to begin with. Or you get those women who are seduced by their ears because men are seduced by their eyes. And it's like, well, I'm gonna get a divorce, or, we're going through some things right now, so I'm gonna leave her and this and that. And then I'm gonna get with you with no intention of doing it at all. You know what I'm saying? These things are common, but we don't like to necessarily discuss them because now that opens up the door to, well, what if he does have the ability to take care of more and he has more resources and so on and so forth, and you can actually build a family, something that's built on some trust, love, and open communication, But let's not do that discussion because monogamy is the way, supposedly.
Right. It's supposed to be this way. If he does it any other way, or if he, marries someone else, or he even attracted to someone else, then he's not going to take care of you. He doesn't love you. He doesn't respect you. All these different things that society conditions us to believe when, it's so interesting to me because you have a number of women, they say, oh, I'm all for the sisterhood, and it's like, I want, I want what's best for my sister. Unless she want my mister, then it's a totally different. It's a totally different, different thing. So like, what's the girl code? What's the sister code? What is that? What does that look like? In my eyes, and what I've seen with a number of women who genuinely want, their sisters to succeed, to have a good life, to do these different things, they'll say, well, I'm okay with that until, she's talking to my man, or, she can't be, if she's single, oh, definitely don't be, around my husband, or those type of things. But then you have other women who say, you know what, I don't have a problem with that because I genuinely want my sister to win, and it's not
problem with what?
A problem with polygyny, a problem with
being around her husband or something. Or being specific.
Yeah, none of those things. Even talking to one of the sisters that practices, I want to say she's the first wife, and she said, or initial wife, or what we say, she was like, you know what, he's a good man. My husband's a good man. He, I'm very well taken care of. He, has the means to do so and things as far as that. So, one of her things was like, I was okay with it until it actually happened. And then she said, I had to check myself and say, well, why was it an issue? Like, so sometimes we're going to have these different like insecurities or jealousies and things like that. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't mean that just because polygyny is a thing and that a man could marry multiple women, that is not going to be different challenges. You have challenges in monogamy. You have challenges in any type of religion. You have challenges in parenthood, those different things. However, to be able to say, well, why am I acting this way? And she actually said it's because of the conditioning. It's the conditioning that was given that, if he's taking care of her, then I'm thinking something is being taken away from me, which it wasn't. She was like, it was the time that was split, but she was like, I was okay with, time being split because she's like, I actually have more time to do the other things. As we talked about earlier in the beginning of this video, where some women are saying, look, I don't have a problem with it because, I still want to be a wife without the full time.
Now, what about those who
responsibilities
feel, okay, well, I'm not necessarily against polygyny, but she must be a widow, or she must be downtrodden, or a single mom, divorcee, and that's what I think polygamy is for. That's what polygyny is for, right?
Yeah,
I mean, after all,
crazy.
you single mom, divorcee, downtrodden.
Yeah, I would say that last part, but
other people would say that.
And that's the funny part too, because I've definitely seen that even in the comments where it was like, she had to take what she could get. And I already stated earlier, like, this is not a take what you can get, type of person. He's not the bottom of the barrel where I'm scraping these things. I was a coach before OPR and before a married coach, and I did all types of stuff, or he married me, all that stuff. However, those were the circumstances that I happened to be in. I was a divorcee. I was a single mom, those type of things. However, I have a lot to bring, to my life, to the family, to the table. So it is what it is.
The point is, however, we have children, for example, that is in polygyny.
That's
period.
Right. And I was going to get into
at all. No relationship at all. So,
and women that like I stated before, that they're younger women who are in college and they're like, I'm going for this degree, I'm going for these different things. Like I'm looking for a man who's married already. Now we have, daughters that say, okay, we're interested in polygyny. However, we be the, we have to be the first wife type of thing, or be
not all of them, but yeah.
Well, yeah. And then you have, but I've had other women that say he could be married already, just for that simple fact. And these aren't, downtrodden women. These are women who, who have degrees, because that's another thing. They're like, oh, well, you're uneducated, or, you're brainwashed, or you don't have, it's like you don't have a brain. You walking around like the Scarecrow and the Wizard of Oz, and all these different things like that. However, there's a number of women. You got Janet Jackson, who was a fourth wife. You have the president, Tanzania, who is
Samaya Suluhu Hassan. President of a country, y'all.
Right.
Black woman, the most powerful black woman in the world, president of a country, and came in as a third if we're going to number them, as a third wife, practicing polygyny.
Yeah, so
don't take away from her. Not mindless
at all.
Not low self-esteem. Just saying.
Right.
And what are you saying about those most righteous ummahatul mu'mineen?
Exactly. Definitely. So what do you say about that? It's like, okay, no, you have to be this and you have to be that. And, I feel so sorry for you, and you're so sad, and the poor lost souls, and all these crazy things like that. When, in all actuality, to be able to say, you know what, this is my choice of, how I want my family to be. That this is the type of family I want to be a part of. I respect that I have a husband that is more than twice the man, because he knows how to take care of, a family of, different types of personalities. Please believe when it comes to dealing with multiple women, is different emotions, different responsibilities, different things like that. And to put that where you either make the comments of that the women have low self-esteem or the men don't care, it definitely takes away that family dynamic. And it's like, is that bad?
It allows the person to be dismissive. That's it.
Yes,
it doesn't take it away.
That's true.
It just, it feeds more into the delusion.
That's what I wanted to say. Yes,
they can delude themselves all day. Don't take away from anything in reality.
That's true. That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I meant. See, I like that. Where, the delusion of grandeur is real.
I mean, the late, great Mr. Rick James, give it to me, baby, had to let you know, delusions of grandeur. Just saying. It applies in this type of circumstance. Nevertheless, when you're in a society that deals with any other form of marriage, meaning there's monogamy, there's polygyny, there's polyandry, there's a whole bunch of different things, right? But no. But it's cool. Just go ahead and marry somebody the same gender, same sex as you. Oh, gosh. Again, we're talking about family. And the way to start and build family is XXXY. Anything else, it's not gonna work. So with that being said, if you followed along this far in the video, you support us by following and watching the whole entire video. Let us know your thoughts below, or if you don't necessarily have anything to go ahead and shout out you could think of yourself, what I want you to put in the comments is more options. Less problems. Less problems. More options, less problems. Simply means you have more resources now to attack the problems. Therefore, you can utilize this ancient solution to modern day problems. With that being said, we appreciate you. And I'm Coach Nazir, coach that helps people get their shift together. And make sure you are growing intentionally, loving fearlessly, and connecting on a higher level every single day. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.